Hello everyone, welcome to another Monday live stream. My name's Shane Olson, and today we're going to be sculpting this cute little bunny rabbit just in time for spring. Yeah, so welcome. Hope you are doing well, and let's get started. Hey Mark, how are you? Okay. So before I get started, I'd like to kind of look at the concept and break it down and assess and see exactly how I'm going to approach this. And there's so many different ways to approach characters like this, especially like in the head. I can see a whole bunch of different shapes. There's the cranium here. There's the jowls or the cheeks. And there's this little kind of snout thing, and then this open mouth. So there's all these different parts going on, let alone the ears and the body and all that, whatever else is happening. But I'm just talking about the head itself. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. I think I'm going to make one shape for the cranium, and then, like I said, another one for the cheeks, the fluff on the cheeks, and then another one for the snout, another one for the nose. I might even do two for the snout to get the kind of that cleft shape underneath the nose. Yeah, so let's go about it. I'm SK today. Hold on a second. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Wink. Tell me if that fixed it, please. Hey Neil, what's up? Fixed it? Okay, awesome. Very cool. Hey Lord Luigi. The emote, it's funny that the emoji doesn't show up in my restream. It just shows up as hand pink waving. Why not make it from one part? Because that's not how I work. I like to work in pieces, because there's more control and it's more editable. Okay, so I'm going to subdivide it a couple times. And sometimes I will make it out of one part. It just depends. Okay. But typically I'll do a blockout with different pieces, a bunch of different pizzas. Hey, what's up, Chuck? How you guys doing? Hey, Leonard. Brad, good to see you. Did I miss Josh? All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Okay, so let's look at this from the front here. Eric. I'm going to try for max cuteness. Turn the cuteness up to an 11. Howdy. Good to see everyone. Hope you are having a good day and maybe even sculpting. No, I'm not switch. Do I have? No, I don't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, time to play bingo. Is what? Are you what is your Cintiq? Is that or what tablet are you using? Is that on the bingo? Jeswada, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks. Good to see you. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna go get a different material here. I'm missing my ZBrush materials. ZBrush, where are you? Gray. There we go. That's better. Now I can actually see what's happening. Who is the concept artist for this cute reference? I think it's... Oh my goodness, let me see. Let me remember the name here. And then... it's the same as the dragons that I did before. Alexandra Cada. I think that's the... I'm not sure, but when I did a search for his stuff, this one came up, and it was from Playtrix for a game called what was it called again, Neil? Fish. Gosh. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can see it. It's this thing right here, Fishdom. So yeah, lots of cute little characters. I almost did this hamster, but it's this one right here, very, very small resolution. But I thought all this was super cute. I love the little house, like this little magic rabbit house with totems and stuff. So anyway, it's from that. That's where I found it. Okay. So we have this now. Little eye slots, sockets, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to block out the cheeks with other pieces here. Valentin, what other software do I use besides ZBrush? A lot. A whole bunch of different software. Everything and anything that makes my life easier. What's the best topology you usually use with ZRemesher to get a best result? That is a good question, and it's all over the place. It depends on the character, honestly, and the geometry. Usually I just leave it at default, but sometimes I'll turn on keep groups and turn group smoothing way down. That tends to give me a good result. And I actually learned that from a student who's here. Eric showed me this little trick, and so you might want to try that. Because then your mesh won't shrink as it Z-remeshes. It'll try and keep the edges between the poly groups. How do you make two spheres at the same time? I just have mirroring turned on right up here. It's hotkey X, and it will turn your mirroring on. Symmetry. So then when you draw one, it'll draw the other side. 3 more square, almost a bingo in under 10. Wow. Nice. Okay, for this cheek, I'm just going to end it. Bring it way down on underneath here. And then I want to kind of have it get really skinny, go up and over the nose. Okay. Did Sculptris Pro polygon size slider replace the Z-remesher workflow to give a shape cleaner, more dense topology? That's a good question. So, kind of. For example, I'm running out of geometry on this cheek right here, right? It's already starting to happen where this is too low of resolution. Now, at this point, I could easily Z-remesh it, or I could just crank up the polygon, which is, I should say, tessellate it. So those are two different options I have, either tessellate or Z-remesh. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the end result, and I want to give myself enough geometry to sculpt on. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be using Sculptris Pro eventually, so I might as well kind of skip the Z-remesher part and go straight into the tessimation part. The only reason I ever use ZRemesher is to get a lower resolution mesh that I can then subdivide, and it smooths faster and it's easier to pose. So those would be the two reasons that I would use ZRemesher. And I can do larger movements without making warbles in my surface of my character. So the more density or resolution you have in your surface, the more you have a probability of mistakenly making lumps and bumps in your surface. So if it's really low resolution, it's much easier to keep it smooth. Can't figure out when to retopologize with ZRemesher versus Sculpt. Yeah, so just be thinking about that in your mind. Just like, you know, do I need to add more detail right now, or do I need to make large movements or pose it? Those are the questions to ask yourself before you do a ZRemesh. Just started learning 3D modeling, but it's kind of frustrating. What kind of practice do you recommend if my goal is to make a 3D character in ZBrush? Monica, I recommend blocking out characters with primitive shapes just like this, without thinking about taking it to the next step. So if you just block out characters over and over again until you get comfortable with it, that's what I always recommend my students do. Oh gosh. Oh, you're hilarious, Eric. That was fast. Oh, silly. Yep, you're welcome. And I gotta pitch my training here. I have a bunch of training over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com right here. And I've actually split I've split up my course into several smaller parts, so it becomes it has become more affordable. So if you want to check it out, 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and joining the network is free, and I give away my free ZBrush brushes. You can go check it out over there. Do you use remesh by union? Yes. If where? Whenever the seams start to get in the way, that's when I remesh by union. Whenever I'm ready to start to join my objects together. So I need to reset this. Saying it's rigged. I'm a new student. I have to say, I don't know why I waited so long. I've been the kids staring through the store window for years. Amazing community and content. Thank you so much, Chuck. I appreciate it. Hope you don't mind if I snag that little comment. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, so if you have been waiting on the fence, now's a great time, you know. Lots of good stuff. Okay. Hello and welcome. All right, I'm gonna go lower on this one. Let's make those two little nose thingies. The snout. We'll just call it the snout. Let's go back to skin shade so we can see it. Maybe stretch them out like this. Kind of pull them back and down. And then the little teeth will live underneath these two little baubles. I don't know what you'd call them. All right, so when you insert a mesh on the same poly group, it builds new poly groups in order of hierarchy. So it made the cheeks purple, and it made these little things purple. And in order to switch these to a new color, I just hold down Control and tap on the background, which will invert my mask, and then hit Control W to put him in a new polygroup. Okay, now I'm going to put one right in the center. See, again, it's purple because I'm drawing it on the red one. I think if I were to draw it on the green, it would give me a new color. See that? So if I draw it on the red, it's going to be purple, because that's the polygroup color order, as it were. Hey, welcome. Okay, little nose. Whoops, I don't need to insert more objects. Workshop's been truly life-changing experience. Busting myth about sculpting in ZBrush is hard. Character modeling is tough. This is a blockbuster course for building careers as a modeler. Geez, Sheswata, thank you very much. The love's coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's just what I needed today, honestly. I've been kind of, you know, I moved to a new platform. I moved the course to a new platform, and I've been like second guessing if that's been a good decision or not, you know. The reason I moved it is just to provide a better experience for the students. But at the same time, you know, I'm losing some history there and things like that. So, about your course, one thing that isn't marketed enough is the monthly challenges. It's not just self-paced instruction. It's an opportunity to put those skills to work and enjoy peer evaluation. Absolutely true. And at the end of every month, before we start another challenge, what I like to do is I go live in my network and I look through them and comment on them. So yeah, that's a way to get feedback as well. All right. Good move. Trimmed the Discord to trackable thing. Yeah. Yep. So there is a private Discord with the course. I actually don't have it even listed anywhere on the new platform for new students to go over and join it. I need to put it somewhere so people can join it, because Discord is meant for like quick chatting, and I really want people to post on the new platform more with hashtags and whatnot, you know. Yeah, Chuck, there's a private Discord. So message me in the platform, and I'll give you a link to it. I'll invite you over there. I still need to figure out how to get the invite so people understand that it's there. Okay, now one more piece. I think I'm just going to add it. Right there. Yeah, it's like a sandbox for some people. Oh, goodness. Okay, you know what? With this nose, I think I'm going to actually turn off symmetry for a second and put it over here. And crank this like this. I'm going to build half of that nose and kind of wrap it around here like so. Yeah, there's an off-topic section in the Discord where some people just have fun posting GIFs and whatnot. Having a good time. Hopefully lessons will be added on Blender in the near future, and also the remaining chapters on the Lion-O character. Yeah, that's my goal. Just what there is new. Well, I don't want to talk about it too much here, because this is the official, you know, Maxon live stream. But yeah, there is. I did update with some new stuff. If you want to go check it out. Is there a way to close holes created sometimes due to Dynamesh or ZRemesher? I tried to close them using plain 3D, but that never seems to be a seamless join. Yes, it's just called close holes. And you can find it under Tool, Geometry, Close Holes. That will do it. That will fill it with triangles. So it's not a clean quad fill, but it will fill every single even little tiny triangles that are hidden. It will fill those as well. It works pretty well. Okay, so let's do local symmetry, but turn off dynamic. Do a mirror and weld. No, that's not what I want. Sorry, no. I'll get a hang of this here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, I've been looking for the old feedback sessions on the new website. The sessions are there, but they're only labeled by date. Any plans to add tags of each topic? Matt, I would love to do that, but it would take someone like months of work to do that. But I need to. It's on my list of things I need to do, but I use ZBrush every day for 2 years and still so many settings I never knew. Yep. That's true. Fact. Okay. Let's do... So this nose is looking a little weird now. Turn symmetry back on. Yeah, sorry, Matt. Yeah, there's years of feedback sessions in there. If you're looking for something specific, you can just go ahead and ask in either on Discord or in the chat, or there's different places there. I mean the chat over on the new platform. Okay. And I want to tuck this up underneath more to really make this mouth kind of a smiley mouth, and bring this down and out. Okay, and then I'm going to make this little mouth and then tuck in the head here. Hey, what's up, Ian? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Can pull this a bit in. See, I'm about ready to join these things because I'm starting to be like, well, what part of this is what shape that's happening? Been shoveling a bunch of snow this morning, serious? I used to have tags to feedback you sent me in the past, recreating an old project you did on some crits. I want to see if I learn. You taught back in the day. Matt, okay, tell you what, message me, message me through the new platform, like send me a personal message. And the older stuff is still available to go check out. So if you want to watch something specific, you can still access it. Just go over there and let me know, and I'll give you a link to it. Between 6 and 8 inches. Wow, that's crazy. And it's March. So I live in Utah, if you guys don't know. And Utah, the main city here is called Salt Lake City because there's the Great Salt Lake here, and it's just a giant lake that has lots and lots of salt in it. And it's been getting like drought these last couple of years, like smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's a gigantic lake. You can see it from space. It's huge. And it's this year's snow and storms and everything have raised the lake 2 feet. I did not get snow. It's barely lightly flurrying. You got 6 to 7 inches too? Okay. Yeah, Josh lives north of me, like quite a ways north of me. That's crazy. Yeah, we did not get any just leftover. We got some yesterday. And it was weird because the snow was like it was like styrofoam beads. It was really strange. Come on, topological. There we go. Cute little bunny. Here's a quick tip for you. If you ever want to center your gizmo in an object that is in the center of your world, all you have to do is turn off symmetry for a moment. Because, well, if you don't turn off symmetry and you hit this go to unmasked mesh center, it will put it in the center of half of your object because your object is being is symmetrical right now. So symmetry is turned on. So you have to turn off symmetry, hit this button again, then it will center it, and then turn symmetry back on, and now it's centered. Now I can scale it from the middle, get it smaller. Uh-oh. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Is it still being dumb? Okay, looks like none of my kids are on, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. Dang internet. Is there any face and body sculpting brushes, and how do you download them? I don't know what you mean by that. Face and body. There are base meshes, like body base meshes, and you can just find them like on stores like ArtStation or Flip Normals. Getting bad, great. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. One second. I don't know who's streaming or what. Is it still bad? Okay, I'm gonna Z-remesh this. I'm gonna say same. See what happens. Oh. Yeah, lagging, dang it. I don't have anything running. It's my bandwidth. No, usually it is, Leonard. Okay. I'm gonna split this. and join these together. How many hours a day do I spend? A lot. Too many. There you go. Accept. Turn symmetry back on. Now we can Z-remesh this. There we go. And we can smooth some of this stuff out for a minute. It's still bad. It's not buffering anymore? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I felt like I had to be quiet until it fixed itself. Yep, slow. It's all get weird. Okay, thanks for letting me know, guys. Okay, let's do eyeballs. Split unmasked points. Sometimes your computer can switch the Wi-Fi adapter. I don't have Wi-Fi, so I'm streaming like I'm hardwired. Which is why I get confused when my internet has issues. I have 1 gigabyte speed, but I have several people in my house that are all using internet at the same time. Usually it's like videos and stuff, so it takes a lot of bandwidth. Alright, I'm just going to kind of pinch a brow line down here. When we used to call Japan on conference call, we would just all be still at the beginning of the call. It's always fun to watch your counterparts fiddle with the computer thinking connection's lost. Nice. You're so mean. That's funny. Okay. Feeling all right? My voice is slowing my internet down. And I kind of want to bend out the brow line up here. And this pinch brush will actually pull the geometry, so you can kind of sculpt with it. You're currently working on some personal projects, personal movies. I'm not, actually. My full-time job right now is I teach people how to make 3D. I am experimenting with other software at the moment, which has been a lot of fun and doing stuff like that. So if you're interested in learning and seeing more about that, you can join my YouTube channel. 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and I'm going to be posting more stuff over there. Like you're playing a video game or anything, so the buffering isn't too distracting. Yeah. That's true. Okay. I really want to pull this smile back because it looks like it's shouting instead of like, hey! Like those gophers. Just want to get this pulled up and back and then straight down like this. There we go. Okay. This is looking weird. I don't know. It's like triple chin happening. I think it's time to join this chin into, you know, I could probably just get rid of this piece now and just use the what's underneath it. I'm going to do that. Maybe I won't. Okay, here, let's just do this. Yep, I'm pushing to Restream, and Restream is pushing it to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And there hasn't been really too big of a problem with it in the past. Just sometimes the lag will catch up and make me have a robot voice. Right, but I'm really not. So I'm streaming just straight to Restream, so it's not getting split. Okay. This up here. There's this. Merge down. Okay, and now I'm going to join these guys together. Turn off symmetry. Okay, put my gizmo all the way here. Let me pop it back up here. There we go. Accidentally pushed home instead of this one. Straighten it up. Okay, and remesh by union. There we go. Hit accept. Oh, the lag is back. Okay, now that I have this, I can put it all in one, and then I can remesh this. But when I do, most likely it will kind of soften some of these edges. Okay, I'm going to Z-remesh this using same. That's taking a long time. There it goes. Weird. Okay. I didn't mirror it. Try it one more time, mirrored. Bring me my hot and pfeffer. Okay, instead of same, I'm going to do half. There we go. That went quick. Now I can smooth this stuff out. That's looking much better. Okay. Bring this forward. Kind of looks angry from the side. Angry rabbit instead of happy rabbit. Kind of funny. Why are you so angry, rabbit? Make his mouth deeper. How's my voice now? Is it robot laggy? Max headroom? I sure hope not. Okay, let's get his ears in there. Please, by helpful, I want to make my own work more than just copying it, but I think it's a little difficult. Yeah, it is difficult because it takes so long. Sketching is so much quicker. So designing your own stuff while you're sculpting is very time consuming, but it's possible. And in my entire career, I've never been asked to sculpt my own design. I don't know what that says about you know, my design skills, but more often than not, I'm sculpting someone else's design. Comes and goes right now. It seems to be doing okay. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. There's his tongue. Let's get his little teeths in there. Looks like the mirroring made a little connection point right there. This little, let's turn my smoothing way down. Just kind of get, it might be two pieces actually. Do auto groups. Yep, it is. Okay. So sometimes when you mirror objects, it will give you like the overlapped center object, like this right here. So basically all you need to do is isolate it and then invert it and then say delete hidden, and then it goes away and we're good to go. Back in action. Okay, I'm going to subdivide this so it looks good. Yeah, I figured we could do a fun little Easter sculpt, you know. I'm so ready for spring. It's like snowing. It snowed a little bit last night and or yesterday. So this is like my rain dance, but for spring. My spring dance. Like how if I sculpt a bunny, is it spring yet? Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? It's funny. I have all these shapes, but typically I only use a sphere. That's all I ever need, even with square teeth. Oh, symmetry. Because I just like the organicness of it. I'll just drag the corners out to make it square, but it's still kind of roundish, you know? Like real teeth. Real teeth aren't perfectly square. They're not chiclets. You guys know what chiclets are? Hey, what's up, McBobbles? How you doing? I keep on forgetting Easter's close. Yep, it's getting there. Hey, Tatoon, how are you? Need to get back to work on my zombie. All right, good luck with that. Turn these a little bit in. And if you get teeth that are, well, not just teeth, but if you get objects that are very close to the center and you want to get them closer, you can either use the gizmo and get them closer like this, or you can use the inflate brush. But I think I'm just going to use the gizmo. Well, I'll inflate it right here a little bit. All right. Maybe push in the back a little bit. Yeah, so they still have some roundness to them. They're a little too far out. Let's bring them back in where teeth usually are. And I like to tilt them inwards a little bit too. That's better. Okay. This guy's cracking me up already. That's good. That's what you want. I'm going to split the tongue out. Problem seems to be video. Huh. So it's lagging video now? I can't win. That's what. Okay. I'm trying to think about how I want to create these ears. I think I have an idea. Yeah, I think I have an idea. Let's try it. But first, I want to make his, like, fix the back of his head a little bit. Save it first. Where are you saved? There you go. All right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep, designer and modeler are two different careers. It's true. Okay, now that I have this, well, I'm gonna fix the mouth too. But I want to fix this cranium, make it a little shallower. More shallow, shallower. And we'll get the body and stuff going on here in a little bit. I mean, I could even pull a neck out if I wanted to, but usually I will block that in with a cylinder later on. Okay, these ears are kind of tricky. So they kind of fold in on themselves close to the head, and then they widen up and flatten out as they go up. So what I can do is I can make a temporary shape for a minute that I extract this from. So I think I made that head a little too flat from this. Looking at it from the top, make sure you look at your designs from all angles, and you'll start to notice some problems. It's kind of like flipping your drawing, like mirroring your drawing. I want to pull this mouth up a little higher. it's crazy because it's almost touching the eyeball right here. It's so high up there. Inflate it a little bit. And shortly, I will connect the snout, I think, to the little bits here. What are you saying about taxes, Leonard? That's a different job? That's better. Okay. I was doing good until someone mentioned chiclets. No, some too. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm going to slowly start combining these things. I think, yeah, I'm just going to combine it with just this nose piece right here. That looks funny. All right, split hidden. Just the nose piece, yeah. Okay, merge this down. Because what I'm thinking now, see the gray, how it comes down right here, and it goes all the way out to the nose, and then it kind of cuts down around here. It's low resolution, so it's hard to see, but basically I want that flow to change from the nose across to this line here, and I'm not really getting it. Well, you know what? I think I might leave it separate because just tuck this piece underneath this more, because I can see this little tiny crease above the nose, and I'm getting that from this right here. And if I stitch those together, I don't want to lose it. I mean, I can keep it by doing using the pinch brush, but okay. Let's solo this for a second. And just bring this forward slightly. See if we can have best of both worlds. I think that's working. Yeah, it's not. Okay. I want this curve right here, this change of direction right here, but I also want this to go underneath the nose right here. I'm not getting it. Dang it. On transparency and just shape this eye a little bit better. What you want to do is try and keep your eyes as round as possible. So see, the shape of his eye is not, it doesn't look round, but you use the opening surrounding the eye to give it its shape rather than shape the eyeball itself. So try and keep those round. And it looks like I need to push them into the head a little bit more. And maybe turn them like this. Not that turning matters because they're spherical. I'm going to keep it down, I think. All right, how's the lag doing, you guys? Is it still holding on? Okay, so a trick, a way to get it so it's not so bulgy, like the eye is so bulgy. See how it's got this really tight curve right here. So the larger the eyeball, the less of a curve you're going to have. So I'm going to center this gizmo in the eyeball. Well, actually I'm not. It's easier to scale it from the front because I like where the front placement of the eye is. I just want to scale it up into the head. So scale it up and then move it in. And that will reduce the curvature of that eye. And sometimes the eyeball will cross itself inside the head, and that's okay. See, it's like overlapping itself. Holding steady. All right. See, it's reducing that curve less and less, but I have to push them together more and more. In. No lag is good, thank you. So that's how you debulgify eyes. That's a thing, right? Debulgify. Okay. Another way you can get eye shape is to use the like a detail brush. From Pakistan, hello. And then you can push in right along the edge of the eye, and it kind of gives it a nice shape. And you can go right in the corners and see, make it even more of a corner right here. And I'm just pushing in the material, and then I can do the same thing with the tear, where the tear duct is. Just shape that more. Hey Monero, how are you? This nose looks crazy now. Looks like a mustache or something. Mustachio. Okay. No way it's darker. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this with a color just for fun, like a gray, maybe. Work is awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Maybe like this color. You have to keep polygroups separate where the fur color changes. I could, like right here. I could, but no, it's not necessary. Usually I'll paint it on there with, I'll probably be turning on Sculptris Pro soon, and then I'll paint the color on with that. It'll give me enough resolution that I can just paint it on there. So I think what I'm going to do now is just combine all these things, and I'm just going to, I'll start with Sculptris Pro right now so you can see what I'm going to do. But I don't want the nose. I don't want the teeth. I'm just going to split hidden there, put those in their own poly group. And then I'll combine the head with these. Let's do another save, just in case this doesn't work. Okay. And then we'll just merge this down. Merge down. Okay. So now we have all these shapes in one subtool. So I can get my gizmo, turn off symmetry, center my gizmo, reset my gizmo, which is this one. And then go to the gear and say remesh by union, which will stitch everything together, and then click on this gear and say accept. And now I have, I can Z-remesh this at this point, but usually I'm just going to take it into Sculptris Pro from here. And I can tessimate it at this point. So tessimation is here, but you can find it. This is my custom user interface. So if you want this custom user interface, I give it away for free over on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. You can go grab it there. But you can find it under tessimate right here. There's a slider for the polygon size. And basically that's a dynamic geometry flood fill. So you'll see what I'm talking about. When I start to slide this to the left, it starts to fill it with triangles. Okay, so this is about the resolution that I want. The size of square, so it fills it with squares and triangles, but it's not Dynamesh. It's a different thing. Okay, and it tries to hold on to your geometry, but you can see now that my the snout, I didn't fill it with a color, and it just combined everything, and now it's kind of this color. So, but you can see that by tessimating, it did kind of hold on to some of those facets from the lower resolution mesh right here. And all I need to do is go in and just, well, let's turn smoothing or symmetry back on and crank my smooth back up, and then just smooth this down. And I'll recolor this to look better. Okay, so I'm just smoothing this down, and I need a stronger smooth brush, I think. Well, let's see how it does. So I'm just smoothing out all these facets to keep it nice and clean here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, that's hilarious. It does sound like a dating app. Find your perfect mate on Tessamate. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Got this strange line right here. Okay, so what you can do is turn on Sculptris Pro. I'm going to change my stroke to turn off adaptive size. And now I can adjust this down to almost match. Or I can, with ZBrush 2023, I can just click on here and drag it down and pick the density off of the surface. And now when I smooth it, you'll see it's kind of, oh, I think I have, yeah, I have dynamic subdivisions. That's why it was acting weird. So whenever you tessimate, make sure you turn off dynamic subdivisions, because they don't play well together. Okay. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good now. I want to use my, I'll turn Sculptris Pro off for a second. Use my detail brush just to kind of bring that back. Okay, now I can work with the paint a little bit more if I want to. I turn my paint on, grab this color. I don't want perfect white. What I usually do is I go into like, well, let's grab this color and then just come down into here a little bit. That way it's not, because the reason I don't use 100% white is because when I when I bring my character into a rendering engine, or if I render it in, say, Redshift or something like that, it will blow out, like blow the colors out if I put lights on it and stuff. So you want to come in just a little bit. Now, it's not getting the cleanest edge right here, so basically what I can do is turn down my subdivide size if I want, and as I paint, it's going to increase the resolution along this edge. And I can also pinch along that edge to give myself a tighter edge, and that works too. But so something like this, and then across the bottom I can just paint a line here. And I really like turntable navigation inside of ZBrush, because then I can rotate my character to the side like this, so I can get a better angle, a better arc with my right hand. Dan, is it lagging again? Sorry. I really wish I knew how to fix that. Okay, and then let's bring this down around here. You can try and refresh YouTube, but I don't know that that's going to work. Turntable? What are you talking about? Did I say turntable? And then you come in here like this. You think lags on the multi-stream thing? That's interesting. I'll have to ask the peeps at Maxon if any other streamers have the same issue or if it's just me. That would be good to know. There are lots of other streamers that stream on here, including Ashley that shows up occasionally. Oh, I said turntable. I meant trackball navigation. I didn't mean to say turntable. Turntable. So trackball navigation, you can, I mean, it's on by default. Over here on Twitch, and you're smooth as butter. Interesting if it, I wonder if it's just, no, it was Twitch earlier too. That's kind of strange. That's my PC. I mean, it could be. I don't know. The eyes are down in the mouth. My CPU is great. Thanks, Casey. Okay. Fill objects. And grab these teeth. Now I'm going to separate out the nose. Hey Tom, how you doing? Not having any issues? Okay. Yeah, people have been having issues with the stream today. Hey, what's up, Wilbert? It's a little bit better on Twitch. Okay, I'm gonna color his nose kind of a darker gray like this. So here's a little trick too you can do sometimes is if an object is not filled yet with color and you select something other than that object, it will take whatever color you currently have and it will darken it slightly like it's masked or something. And a cool trick is you can actually grab that color with an eyedropper. So see how it gets darker even? So now I have that darker color. I can click on this nose and then fill it. And now I have like a few steps darker of color than I had before. And that works out pretty good. And his tongue is really dark, but I like this color for the inside of his mouth. So I'm actually going to eyedrop that. Maybe even one more step. Eyedrop that. So now I can grab this brush and paint it the inside of his mouth. You can see his eyeballs inside of his mouth, so I'm actually going to slice those eyes so you don't see him in his mouth. Okay, let's solo this for a second. Paint. This is kind of a mess up in here. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it's kind of a nice a step, like color step picker. Turn Sculptris Pro back on and just kind of Hug this edge, clean it up, do the same up underneath here. Not that you'll ever see it, but oops. Yeah, it's kind of tricky to get your camera into some of these areas. I don't do a lot of cartoon characters, and I don't know if you do either. I do a lot. But do you know how they solve the problems of larger eyes clipping into the mouth for animated characters? Yes. Usually, you can clip them with alpha, so they're still kind of functionally a sphere, but you can hide the lower half of them. Yeah, there's different ways you can do it. It depends on what your character is going to be used for. Okay, but for this instance, usually I'm making these characters for 3D printing, and I don't want my eyeballs down inside the character's mouth like this, so I am just going to use this clip curve brush and just kind of squish it. That's another thing you can do, as long as your character's not going to look up, right? Or another thing you can do is, with rigging, you can just animate the pupil going around on the surface of the eye rather than the eyeball spinning in space. So that's another option. There we go. Looks like I missed a spot. You missed a spot. Yes, we do. UV mapping and retopology would be great for AI, right? It's like, why are you taking away the fun art with AI? Why aren't you giving us the stuff we don't want to do? Okay. So I'm going to change this to maybe like a pinkish, reddish, something like that. There we go. And then let's use gradient and turn Sculptris Pro off. And I'm just going to grab this color and make it darker and less saturated. And then blend the back of it so it's like a shadow. Eyes in the back of your mouth so I can see what I'm swallowing. That's funny. Just want to adjust this nose a little bit. A little flatter as it comes in here. Turn on. So sometimes you might want to turn off your RGB on your smooth brush. Otherwise it will, yeah, it just did it. See, it'll smooth your color, kind of blend it. And a lot of times it's not what you want, so make sure you turn that off. Oh my goodness. Okay, remember when I said to get a cleaner line you can also pinch. So I have this pinch brush and I'm using Alt to pull it out and together. You can just kind of pinch it to make a cleaner line like this. I kind of have the brow a little higher because I'm gonna put his eyebrow up in there. Let's do that. Make his eyebrow. Topology brush. I'm actually going to grab this color here. It comes all the way down to about here. And then just kind of follow this line, and cut it a couple times, like so, and clean it, which is just holding down Alt and doing a line across the surface. And then if I tap on the surface, it's going to give me a brand new object. And I'm going to do a split unmask points. Brandon Sanderson, the fantasy author. So my kids are huge fans. I have yet to I don't have time to read very much. Need to. Okay. Now I want to taper this down a little bit, but not with Sculptris Pro. Oops. So I'm just going to smooth it. I can also inflate this side a little bit, and it makes it tapered. There we go. Trying to fix these little warbles that I got going on in the mouth right here. Little nudges. I'm a fan anyway. Crazy story. Some author from Wired magazine interviewed him, and then crazy. Oh, are you kidding? Oh my gosh. You know, Wired. Not a fan. Not a fan. They threw some shade at. So, I used to work at Avalanche Software. I worked on Disney Infinity. I was there for 10 years, and I have a lot of friends that work there. And Wired was the only newspaper that really, I want to call it newspaper, news site, that really threw shade at Harry Potter, and not because of the game design or anything like that, but strictly because of the author, you know, all that turmoil and garbage that's going on. And it had nothing to do with the game. And it's like they didn't even play it. They just had they just wanted a, you know, a soapbox to stand on. And so they gave the game a 1. It's like, what? Why? You know? Why? I don't get it. It was just really, really poor. Disney just announced a big layoff, 7,000. Oh gosh. Goodness. It's no fun. Well, Avalanche is now Warner Brothers. They sold to Warner Brothers. And Harry Potter sold crazy, crazy well. Made like $1 billion. But that sucks. I'm like, not that they made $1 billion. I'm saying the layoff sucks. Gosh, that really sucks. It's probably mostly corporate. They brought back Bob Iger for a little bit. Every tech company's laying off thousands. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's not good. Recession. Okay. Let's get these ears going, because it's just a head. I spent an hour, 20 minutes just on this head. How do you make color difference in one surface? What do you mean? Like, how do I make 2 different colors? I just painted it with Sculptris Pro and paintbrush with Polypaint. I went to Universal and saw Hogwarts a little while ago. It was so well done. I've yet to go. I want to check that out. My daughter really wants to see it too. Straighten some more of this out. Can you use the pinch brush to only manipulate the poly paint and not the surface material? Unfortunately not. If you just want to clean up the lines but not reshape the surface. No, because poly paint is the surface. So it's not like it's a texture underneath or something like that. It's vertex coloring. Polypaint is vertex coloring, so that means every single point has color. So when you're pulling the geometry together, it's pulling the points together, which is pulling the color together, if that makes sense. But you can do that with, if you have UVs and a texture on there, you can pull the texture together by pulling the UVs together. So that's a whole different thing, but you can't really do that in ZBrush. How's my craft keyboard? It's great. It is great. Yeah, it's nice to swap back and forth between my Mac and my PC with just one button. It even works with my iPad, which is crazy. Can't wait to see Nintendo Land. I heard about that. Yeah. I thought Hogwarts was cool, but it still feels like a park. The Nintendo Land looks like it will be the most immersive park by both Disney and Universal standards. Interesting. Is that only in Florida or is it in California? Do you know? Where is the Mario Land? Curious. It'd be fun to go see. Okay, let's inflate this closed a little bit. Being made in Florida. Okay. Japan makes sense. And California. Okay, got it. Cool. Is there a Universal in Japan or is it its own park? Oh, looks like I got a little dot going on right there. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can fix this. If you get a hole like this, it's not happening on the opposite side, so I can just mirror and weld it, which I think I'm going to do that. Okay, but before I do, I'm going to save it. Okay. And the other way, I'll just show you right now, is turn on Sculptris Pro and smooth, and then just smooth it out, and it'll rebuild it. Sometimes it doesn't always rebuild. Looks like there's some holes down in here too. This one is being a bugger. Huh. Okay, so I'm just going to mirror and weld that across. There we go. That fixes it. They have much newer RPs being used in the Japan part. Nice. You know, it's the layoffs last fall. The details are coming out now. It makes me sad. Yeah. I was able to retire instead of having to find another job. Goodness. Yeah. State of Universe or State of Unreal presentation. I just saw the animation. Like that was nuts. That was super cool with that girl talking, and it was kind of in the uncanny valley though a little bit, but it was really cool. Yeah, Casey, you can inflate it and then smooth it out, and just let Sculptris Pro rebuild the surface, kind of thing. Osaka, okay. Oh, Monster Hunter, really? I didn't know that. Disney Plus has a documentary series on different rides. Oh yeah, that's been really fun to watch. I did watch that one. Okay, inflate this up a little bit more. Even out that surface. Okay, let's get to doing the ears. This is bugging me. Hold on a second. That's why my smooth is not strong enough. So you got some more holes over here. Okay. I'm going to ignore them for now and just keep moving. Okay, so with these ears, how am I going to do these ears? So what I was thinking about is I'll get this appendage, insert multi-mesh brush, turn off Sculptris for now, and put them in here like this. But flip them around. Okay, and then just kind of work the surface into the ears. Rotate them a little bit so they're kind of front facing. I don't think it's going to matter much, but just in case. Okay. I'm going to shrink the bottoms down a lot with smooth and pull them into the head. And let's see if I can just use my move brush to squish them down into ears. Looks like I might be able to. It's just where the fold is at the bottom is where the trouble is going to be. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of Armstrong sculpting and just push it in there. But I need more geometry to do that. So these ears are kind of like scoops. Okay, so this is the geometry we have. I'm going to split it off. Arrow down. Now we have these. Okay, and then they're too small. So let's bring them down. Bring the gizmo down at the base. Scale them up. I think I'm just going to scale them in this one axis like this. Maybe like that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we can follow that rabbit where he goes. Nice. Okay. Now I need to get more geometry, so I can either, I'm going to subdivide it a couple times, just twice. Then I'm going to get rid of my subdivision levels. Go down to geometry, right there, and hit delete lower. Now it's quite dense. And I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to use mask lasso and mask it off like this, and then mask it off like this. And then I got to get a good, well, I'll turn on mask pen now and finish masking off the back. Armstrong. Yeah. Okay. So basically, let's go redo this just a little bit better. Tom, it's lagging a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you switch over to Twitch, or do you not use Twitch? Is it okay over on Twitch, or is it lagging there as well? Okay. So now that I have this, I'm going to use my move brush and just pull it in like this. use inflate, but the inverse. I'm holding down Alt. I don't know if I have enough geometry to do what I want to do. Oops. I'm basically trying to push the geometry underneath these flaps. Like so. How did you make the mask pen so strong? Mine always has opacity. It depends on your strength up here, your Z intensity, and it also depends on how dense or how high of resolution your mesh is. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that'll work. Twitch is lagging as well. Gosh dang it. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to attempt a Z remesh on this. Keeping the same. See what happens. A 2-minute delay, goodness sakes. Come on, YouTube. Or come on, Restream, I guess. I don't know what's going on. If it doesn't fix itself, I don't know how much longer I should stream. If it's unwatchable. Did you turn dynamic back on? No. Super laggy, yes I know. I'm sorry. Is there all your 3D model back on you? What? Oh, these behind me? Yes, I made all these. They're pretty cupped. Hey Dwayne, welcome. I'm having crazy lag today, I apologize. For the years, and to get more geometry on the fly, could you have turned on Sculptris Pro? Yes. Yes, while using the inflate? Yep, I totally could have done that. Okay, I kind of want to pull this back. Whoops. Lowered the resolution to 720 and you're good? Does that work? Try blowing into your stream. That's funny. That's funny right there. turning it. I wish I could turn it off and back on again. But I cannot. It will destroy the stream. Yeah, see how the vertices, the poly paint is dependent on how dense your resolution is of your dots. And since this is not very dense, it's giving me chunky edges. And it's not unwatchable. Okay. Well, still I apologize. And I can kind of pinch this together to make it sharper. Not perfect, but it's better than it was. Okay, so now I want to, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm going to, oh, you changed on 720 on Twitch as well? That's crazy. It's lagging based on that. I don't think I've ever heard about that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab these eyebrows and just duplicate them and see if I can just use them again for the eyelashes. That's what I mean by cheating. It's one of those work smarter, not harder type deals. Reuse, recycle, make less of it. Then give him some eyeballs. Why did you make the rabbit gray? He looks like a baby Bugs Bunny. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe in my subconscious mind, that's just what he is. Can you freeze model the same angle as a photo? I don't quite understand the question. Do you have any annotation programs that go good with ZBrush? Annotation? Like what? Like for subtitles or? Bring this up a little bit. No more lag. Yay. Crossing our fingers that it stays that way for a while. It's funny, I'm using my mouse for a second. Sometimes I'll switch to my mouse subconsciously and not realize it. I'm like, why am I using my mouse? Okay. What I was going to do is draw the pupils on. I need to, yeah, that's fine. Good to see you as always. Those ears are looking great. How do you get a painted mask to only hit the visible mesh and not push through the back? Use pen, use mask pen, and it won't go through. You can also, well, I don't think it works with mask. I was going to say you can turn on back face mask, but it doesn't work because back face mask is a mask. So I got to turn on local symmetry for a minute. Squish these down. How do you smooth out geometry with Sculptris without losing the definition of the shape? Not sure. I want to say just be super careful with it and turn down your strength, your intensity on your smooth brush. You're still getting lagging on 720 even though, but it's less. That's so crazy to me. Why the heck is it lagging? And why does that change anything, you know? Okay, I'm gonna fill these. Man, this is way too much. Okay, I'm gonna fill these with a material, just a shiny material. And basically how I do that is I go to this paintbrush and change it to material up here, and then go and select, it's called toy plastic right here. And it will start to give me that circular shine right there. But it's, yeah, it looks like everything is filled with it right now, but basically you just hit fill object with material selected. And then as soon as I do that, I make sure I go back to RGB and then go back to skin shade 4, and now only the eyes have it. So they get reflective, which is kind of fun. Okay, just notice that I want to change his side profile a little bit. Just push this in. Just give it more of that shape right there. Pull out that bottom lip a little bit more. His brow is a little too, sticking out a little too far here. Just making some little tweaks. Now I'm going to put the little hairs on the top of his head. Switch to 160. It's like, it's just a blur. Oh, oh no, it's gonna crash, isn't it? Ah, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. Oh goodness. Yay, crash. I don't know what I did to crash it. Sorry, 1 second. Man, I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties today. Uno momento, por favor. Anyway, how's your day going? For sketching, what are you saying? Okay. All right, let's see my quick saves here. 181. Let's see how this one does. Quick saves are the best. Okay, well, it's saved right after, or right before I did this, the eyeball thing. All right, let's do it fast. Quick, quick, quick. Of course, I don't have my custom UI. There we go. Okay. Back to RGB, back to skin shade 4. It's like watching me on an Apple IIe. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Sorry if this isn't the best place to ask. I just saw you were live. Thought I'd give you a try. Hello, Ultra Pro Wrestling. How's it going? Welcome. Okay, now let's save this. Save it. Don't know why you crashed on me. Okay. And I gotta go back and tweak. I liked those changes. I don't know what was going on with it. And my texture's gone. Thanks for sticking around, you guys. Sorry about the sticking through thick and thin. All the technical issues. Good times. Appreciate it. Have a big smile. He's so excited about this egg right now. And pull this back. Pull the eyebrow back. I kind of like it with darker. You can also do the grab color trick with a mask. It's not as good of a step as the other one, but it's a pretty good step. Okay, RGB, color, fill up, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now what I was going to do is work on the hairs. Whoop. Okay, constantly tweaking the whole time. I see something, gotta fix it. See something, gotta fix it. Okay. Man, from the front, I want it to scoop down and out like this, but from the side, it's kind of the balance. I went back to auto on Twitch instead of glitching, changing resolution back and forth, but there is no lag. Okay, interesting. Thanks for the update. I also see these shapes of these ears are not quite what I want. I want the bigness to go further down. Okay. They're kind of lumpy. Would have to fix them, but oh. Okay. Hairs. I want to save it again because this is where it crashed. No more crashy, please. You've been working on the hair the whole... Yeah, the hair. The hair. Mark. Funny. The whole stream. And now for the hair. Okay, what is going on with this? Okay. Oop. There we go. Split unmasked points, and I want this color. Whoops, no. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to bend it. Yep, unicorn bunny. Unicorn bunny. I can also turn on AccuCurve on this move brush, and it will give me a point that I can drag out. It should. There it goes. Shrink this down. Okay, a little too big. And then duplicate it. Been a fan of yours for years and would really love to work with you someday. Is there any way I can contact you privately? Well, You can go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and you can join my network for free. And then you can send me a direct message there. It's probably the best way. Let's see. Mask a lasso. Well, I could just do it like this. I just want to duplicate one more in between. Make it larger. What size is your screen? It looks like a big tablet. It is a 27-inch Cintiq is what I'm working on right now. Okay. Topological masking. Just kind of tweak these guys a little bit. And then to give it some asymmetry, I'm just going to maybe just offset these guys a little bit. Had an awesome trip down memory lane, watching old student reviews along today's stream. Found what I was looking for. Awesome, very cool. Okay. Now, I'm just going to put in, let's see what time we got. A couple minutes left. I'm just going to make a little bunny body. If you're wondering where I got these primitives from, they're part of my brush kit. You can grab those for free over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Split this off. Thanks for the Maxon link over the weekend. Yeah, trying to get it set up this week. Awesome. Yep. If you guys are wondering what Mick Bobbles is talking about, over on my website at 3dcharacterworkshop.com, if you purchase the course bundle, the whole everything together, then you also qualify for the Maxon 1 educational license, which is it's super duper cheap for all access to Maxon everything. So you don't have to go sign up for a university or something like that to qualify. I know I should not ask this on ZBrush stream, but have you tried using Substance Modeler for sculpting? No. Oh, yes, I have actually. Yeah, Substance Modeler. Yes, I have. Yep. But yeah, thanks for respect. So, of course, this is a Maxon, official Maxon channel. But yeah, sculpting in VR is quite interesting. It's yeah, it's kind of gimmicky in a way, but you can do some really fun stuff because you have two hands and two controllers, so you can grab clay in both hands and kind of stretch it. It's really fun, but it's fun but limited in what you can do with it at the moment. So I'll leave it at that. I'm starting to excuse me, goodness, one second. Okay, I'm starting CG Master Academy next month, and I can't wait to get better at character creation, possibly an internship later this year. Awesome. Is there any place you know of that you'd recommend for a starting art? What do you mean, like any place you know? Like for a job or a school, or what are you talking about? since you're going to the Master Academy, or for internships. I don't know about internships. I'm not. It depends on where you live, what companies are offering them. Typically, universities will have listings of companies that are offering internships. But I personally, my course does not qualify for internships because it's just an online course. It qualifies for the Maxon one EDU, but not internships and not like other products. Yeah. I figured it out there for a minute. In a minute. Okay. So we got as far as fluffy bunny body, I think, today. Working on the hair the whole time, Mark. Oh man, I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing. Maybe crank these forward a little bit more. It's interesting how some characters come together much quicker than others. I feel like this one, well, probably because of the technical issues I was having, but I think this one was a little slower than normal. Like with I did a gopher not too long ago, and that thing came together super fast. And this one, I think I just noodled too much on his face today. Took a while. And I kind of want to open his mouth just a little bit more, like down into his body. But in order to do that, so to pose something, it's, I mean, I could do this. Well, let's do a better, something like that. And, but see, if I want to hinge that jaw open, and I want to blur this mask out, it's really difficult because it's so dense. It doesn't really blur very well. So, basically, what I'd have to do, and I can do it really fast. We got a minute. I'm gonna duplicate his head. Duplicate. Add the original. ZRemesh this with symmetry turned on. Let's make sure we're in the center of his head. Okay. And then go to ZRemesher. Don't need to keep groups. Just gonna hit it at maybe, let's make 4,000, so 4. Okay, let's watch the magic happen. Hopefully I don't turn into a robot. Tick tock, tick tock. Taking time to do the thing. See, it's really dense with this Sculptris Pro geometry, but now it's not. So now that I have this, I can subdivide it. So Control D a couple times. Now I have, let's go one more time, I have 1,000,000, and then I can project the original onto this one. So I'm actually going to hide everything except for that piece. And then I have this one selected. This is my subdivided new geometry, and then I'm just going to say project all right here and say yes to the polypaint. The thing I hate about ZBrush, finicky. It's honestly, it's not really finicky. It just takes a bit to get used to. It's an interesting AI. Once you get used to it, you can do everything you need to do in it. it's not very typical. How's that? Okay, so now that I have this, we have decent geometry and it's subdivided, and now we have our poly paint back on here, and I can go down in subdivision levels. So now we're really low, and if I mask this off now as jawline, now I can blur it a lot. Blur, blur, blur. And what that allows me to do is come in here and rotate his jaw back. But I want to turn on these, what Paul Gabry calls pizza boxes. So then I can rotate, I want to rotate the tongue and the head and nothing else. So I can kind of put this into place. I'm going to move it kind of up here. I know it's weird for a jaw, but I can adjust it like this. That's better. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. Clear that, subdivide it back up again. And I still need, there's a lot that I want to tweak back here, but that is it for the stream, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I think I can't leave it alone. I gotta tweak it. Gotta keep tweaking it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Another Monday live stream. I really appreciate it. And as always, every day is a good day when you sculpt. So keep sculpting, keep making art. It's therapeutic. It's refreshing. Keep going. All right, guys. And sorry, I always have to plug my stuff. As usual, I give away my free brushes over on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And if you're interested in learning how to create stylized characters like this one or the ones behind me, you can check out my courses over there. I have a brand new platform, and I've split my main workshop into smaller individual workshops, so it's a lot easier to afford and digest. So, all right. See you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. Well, take care. We'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.